over the years, and it's continued with John Shire.
Gungbud to the bench. And Maysar, the freshman, played 17 minutes against Tennessee. So got a good long look for the Duke Blue Devils from Shire. Getting him into that game for a nice stretch. Mark gives it up. Here's Weaver. Okatitis on the dribble.
Well, you really have to protect the ball against Maliq Brown. Gets a lot of deflections.
7-footer. Nice move in close. That's going to go the other way, though.
Got him with a hook.
So no basket. And Okatitis, the 7-footer from Lithuania, with the foul.
Just use that off arm to sort of knock Maliq Brown away.
He played at Florida Atlantic, did he not?
He did. He was freshman of the year in the American Athletic Conference.
They like him. He's got strong hands, really a competitor, and loves basketball. Sean was telling me.
Yeah, he's got good feet.
Foster will penetrate. Nice pass underneath and a sweet kick for Sarr. He'll switch that in from the corner with the triple.
What a great pass from Maliq Brown. It was a tough catch, but to find Sarr in the corner, that was a big-time pass.
That really was. Good offensive efficiency right there. Sarr knocks it down.
Duke's big guys are their best passers, Dick.
Yeah.
Shire wanted a foul there, and there will be one now against Duke on the reach by Maliq Brown, who picks up his first.
I watched the pass that Jay was talking about right there. What a great pass. Open look. The corner Jays usually has a high percentage shot. Boy, guys can shoot the ball today.
But just great recognition that Dalen Swain had come in from the corner. And you really can't leave a corner shooter. I know that Swain wanted to help out, thought he could get a steal, but that leads to a wide open three for an outstanding passer like Brown.
Sean Miller really high on Swain. He had him at Xavier. He said he's really multi-dimensional.
Well, nice touch from downtown by Dalen Swain. 6'8" junior, the transfer came from Xavier with Sean Miller, so he knows him very well. Really good defender, too.
And that's if he can knock that shot down, he only shot about 25-26% last year from three.
Those are a little too strong. And Traore with the rebound. He's another big at 6'9" for Sean Miller.
But one thing, you know, Sean Miller's club last year was like 4th in the nation shooting the three. Right now he's trying to find some three-point shooters in this club.
Jordan Pope will lift, and a two-pointer won't drop. Rebound batted around. And it comes back to the Longhorns in his second effort in heavy traffic. That won't fall for Mark. And a big battle for the rebound. Still scrapping for it. Comes out high and plucked away by Sarr. Going up against Pope, and a blocking foul here against Texas. With 15-14 to go here in the first half, and Texas off to a decent start. They have taken a 5-3 lead on a night we celebrate an icon. City of Charlotte and all of college basketball does. It is Dickie V's night.
And there's been no more beloved figure in basketball nor in our job that you can think of. He's one of one, and one of the all-time greats and one of the all-time great people.
The voice of college basketball.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Belk, in the game since 1888, and by Subaru. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Dickie V over the years, all the way back to 1979. Well, before that, when he was coaching, you liked a kid that you weren't a very good basketball coach. You were a terrific basketball coach. And, you know, I know more than anything, your gala and the money you raise for pediatric cancer, that means more to you than anything else you have ever done. Coaching, broadcasting, tickets available right now. The event will be held on May 1st. All proceeds benefiting cancer research. For more information, go to v.org/Dick Vitale Gala.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I showed a car raffle. A lot of you guys would look great in that car. BMW will raffle it off, and $100 a chance. And all you got to do to go get a chance, you better hurry up. We're going to sell out. v.org/Vitale raffle. And you're right, Dave. I told Jay before the game, one of the reasons I'm doing TV is to keep alive in terms of helping me raise money, because I'm obsessed with doing it to help kids battling that disease. No child should have to go through what I went through.
Sarr trying to make a move on the baseline. He'll draw the foul. And that will go against Mark. The 6'5" grad picks up his first.
But Texas did a really nice job on that out of bounds underneath of switching all of the screens and exchanges that Duke threw at him.
I'm impressed the way they defend. And I'm not shocked, because Sean Miller's a great tactician, and he's really a very motivating kind of player, and he really concentrates on the defensive end. And they play so aggressive. They play hard, and they play team defense.
And very well organized.
Duke moving the ball exceptionally well, but the shot's really not dropping here early on.
Where the guard rebounding for Texas has been a big factor. Both teams are struggling to shoot it. I think they're 3 of 16 combined, but the Texas guards have really dropped down to help the big guys.
Troyer had poked away. Look at the effort by Harris. And it's going to stay on this set. 14:35 to go.
That's great hustle right there. That's how you earn some playing time. A kid like Harris didn't play a whole lot last year, but they really like some of the versatility he brings to the game to shoot the three. And they're going to love that, Jay. They're going to love that. That's a football play.
Well,
I mean, are you kidding me?
It's the difference between diving and bending at the waist.
Well, so far, Duke 1 of 8 from the floor, but not lacking for hustle plays as the Blue Devils take over possession. Boozer directing traffic.
Boozer being guarded by Cam Heide, transferred in from Purdue. He's an excellent athlete.
Shoot the ball, too. Gives him a shooter.
Went to the bank, came up empty.
They've done a pretty good job here containing Boozer early in the game. I mean, it's certainly early.
Wilcher fires, and that's in and out. You guys were talking about Simeon Wilcher out of Plainfield, New Jersey, playing for Rick Pitino last year. Trying to fit in Texas. And Jimenez just lost it. The 6'8" freshman gave it up. Here's Pope, a determined drive, and defended by the Blue Devils. They have turned it over 6 times now. In transition again, and in and out. Jimenez, the freshman, can't hit. Brown will kick it out high. And Boozer with a backcourt violation.
They're really high on Jimenez. Tell us a little bit about him, Joe.
Well, he's from Los Angeles. A really good connector out on the floor.
Out of 3. 30 without a 3 and beating Florida, Arizona.
I see your passion is really waning for the game, Dick. You're staying up till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, watching these games. Boozer trying to battle his way inside. He's tied up. Possession arrow will keep it here.
Hey, talk about passion about your game in baseball. I stayed up to some God's honest truth. 7.5 hours and watched that World Series game to 3 in the morning.
I know.
Dan Schumann's watching us now up there in Canada. He called all those games in Canada. He and his son. That is a great story.
Got to be exhausted. His son Ben, who's also play-by-play announcer for the Toronto Blue Jays. 7 to get off a shot. Boozer's been ice cold. Harris will lift and nails it as he knocks down a 3.
I think he's going to get some minutes this year, Jay. I really do.
He's bigger and stronger. Has worked on his body and his conditioning. Just terrific discipline to go against that closeout. Little shot fake, 1 dribble pull-up.
He makes the 3 and hustles like he did, diving on the floor for a loose ball. That's going to catch the attention of the coaching staff.
Well, Duke's just got so much positional size. Their guards are big.
Dalen Swain harassed with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Knocked out a play by Duke. This man has been cooking.
Well, Isaiah Evans put up some numbers last season, but this year he's going to be relied upon in a big way.
Signage is on the floor, and you know what they've done? They've done a really cool thing here. We noticed this at shoot-arounds. All around the outside of the court are your sayings going back to 1979 when you started inventing all these amazing sayings that have been copied so many times.
Tell you one thing, I was shocked when I came in. They came a little bit earlier. They wanted me to see the floors. I've seen basketball floors. No, you haven't seen one like this, they said. You haven't seen one. I can't believe what they did. The time and the money and all that, and I just can't think. I said, all the ESPN people start with our boss sitting to my left here in the front row. Notice he's got a great seat. He's got a great seat, Jay. I mean, I think he gets any seat he wants.
Well, the floor says, you know, awesome baby and PT Pier and all that. The only thing it doesn't say is Lorraine.
Jay's man, I constantly call her Lorraine. Let me tell you this. I would have never made it out of the cancer battles without that lady. She was right behind me everywhere, every treatment. She and my daughter, she's talking to my agent there, which is Sandy Montag and Sue Lipton. And that's my granddaughter. She goes to Duke. She's a sophomore. She's with all her friends there at Duke. They're down here. She plays tennis at Duke.
That's what John Shire is saying. He's saying, you know, I get texts from Dick. Half of them are about basketball. The other half are about tennis.
Well, he plays tennis. You know, my granddaughter says, I see Coach Shire hitting next to me on the court. Gets rid of that stress. Coaching, there's so much stress. Today it's tough, man. With the NIL, with the transfer portal, things have changed drastically for coaches.
I think the check they get takes away some of the stress.
Yeah, pull at the line.
Especially when you coach in football and you get fired. And they say, well, we'll fire you, but you get $59 million.
That's the thing. They're complaining about what the players are making. They're paying over $200 million in buyouts. It's not even November 50th.
Cushions the blow just a little bit. Up top is Cameron Boozer again, trying to get started. He's had a couple of spectacular exhibition games, and he'll draw the foul with 7:11 to go in the first half in Charlotte.
Well, the Tennessee game against a really quality Tennessee team on the road in front of 20,000 people, he goes for 24 and 23. 24 points, 23 off the glass. I mean, he was just electrifying.
Still a fire from the corner, but no again. Rebound kept alive by the youngster Amenya. Might be Duke's answer to Con Knipple. We'll find out. That is a tall task, and that one simply thrown out of play by Maliq Brown.
Yeah, well, Knipple was certainly special. And he and James, by the way, are starting up here in Charlotte with the Hornets.
Yeah, Sion James, who transferred to Duke from Tulane and took over the point guard position last year on a team that went 35-4 and went to the Final Four.
The Duke draftees and quite a team right there alone as Texas strikes on the other end.
Get that 3-second area, man. It's a high percentage area if you get in there.
Traore with the basket. He's 6'9" from Ivory Coast. Transfer from Xavier. Didn't start playing basketball until he was about 16. Downstairs, it's Brown for the basket and one. And Maliq Brown fully recovered from last year's shoulder injury, but he's had a sore knee hampering him. He's been out of the exhibitions, but playing tonight.
Great defensive player. Played at Syracuse, was all Big East as a defender. And he had injuries last year, but he's vital at key times, Jay. His defensive ability rubs off to everybody else.
Well, you can switch him on. He can switch 1 through 5. And he's got amazing hands. Not only gets steals, but gets a ton of deflections. But how about Nick Kamenya with that, shot fake and drive, drawing the defender Traore? That's what opened it up for Brown.
I think those wing players really going to be such contributors this year. You mentioned Amenya and also the kid Czar. I think they're going to be great assets. And the size, you mentioned it earlier, Jay, the size and length of Duke, especially defensively, is going to frustrate a lot of opponents.
No question. Yeah, that's where they have to set themselves apart. Last year was a great defensive team. And this year, that's got to be a signature.
Well, sort of on cue, Gungba with the rejection for the Blue Devils. They're up 29-22. Duke running on the outside.
Duke's running a lot of 5-out offense. The middle is wide open.
Harris, and he's going to get nailed for a traveling violation. He slipped a bit, and that'll be 5 turnovers for Duke.
It's really good defense by Kendall Weaver of Texas.
This is back to the block moments ago.
Good timing by Patrick Gungba. He had some injury issues last year, especially early, but came on late.
Yeah, he was a factor, no doubt about it.
That played really well in the ACC tournament after Cooper Flagg was injured in the first game against Georgia Tech.
He also shared the post a little bit with Maliq. And right now, not playing a whole lot down there with Phoenix, but he's got a great future. He's a young kid, and it's a matter of time. And Cooper's going to be a star. I don't care what stats he has early. And no doubt in my mind he will be a star now. He's 18 years old, Jay.
No question. Running a little flex action.
Weaver gets a look. Can't cash in. Rebound right to Brown.
That was Brick City, USA, man. Looked like your shot, Dave.
Thank you. Thanks for remembering. Thank you, Coach. Swoop shot and a block. As Texas got back quickly, 2 of the 6'8" freshmen involved in the play. They like him a lot. He was born in Munich, Germany.
They ran the ball up the floor quickly there. And Sean Miller said, I like to play on a fast tempo. I believe so much in spacing and also movement. If we get movement, spacing, and run the ball, we'll be okay.
Gungba's second foul as he tried to shut down Vukatitis.
Beautiful open side pick and roll. The nice little pocket pass, and there are the hands. Swain just threaded the needle with the right hand, and terrific hands by Vukatitis.
Yeah, they really love his hands. You're right, Jay. They were that first thing they told me. He's got very strong hands, and he was only a freshman last year. Was, as you mentioned earlier, freshman of the year in the Conference of Florida Atlantic.
They averaged over 10 points a game, almost 6 rebounds, and shot close to 70% from the field.
Sounds like a keeper.
Yeah.
Sean Miller said he's got great hands. Start with that with a big man. Huge plus there. He cuts it to 29-25.
Well, if you got no hands, can't catch the ball. Well, you got to be effective. You got to have hands, David.
Got to have good hands.
Why do you say Dave for a big man? Are you one of those? You're an anti-big guy.
I think I might. I think I might be. 29-25. 5:06 to go in the half.
But Dave, you are pretty good for a little guy.
Thank you. For a little guy.
Yeah, well, he's a talent with that microphone. He really is.
The best.
It's Boozer trying to feed it downstairs and kicked away.
Boy, Boozer has really struggled in this game. But you know what? That's going to happen for players, young players. Start pressing a little bit. Ball not going in.
Plus, it's only one half. And he didn't process that double team as quickly as I think he normally does. But one of the great things about Cam Boozer, he's really emerged in a short period of time after they started playing exhibition games as a vocal leader.
Tell you one thing, his daddy was a pretty good player. I'll tell you that.
Talk about hands.
All NBA 3 times.
Champion at Duke, of course, in his own right. Swain putting his shoulder down. A scoop won't drop, though, and Boozer collects it. And on to his brother Caden.
They
And
dominated.
knocked away.
They dominated it out in Miami, Columbus High School. They just crushed people.
Yes, 4 consecutive state championships. His dad looks on what a great player he was.
Boy, and think how many points Carlos Boozer could have scored at Duke if Jay Williams had passed the ball once in a while.
Which, of course, won't get back.
He played with Battier, too, right?
He did, yeah.
Battier, Williams, and Boozer. Pretty good club.
Chris Duhon, Mike Dunleavy.
They Dunleavy on that team as well, yeah. Incredible team with the national title. 2000, what is it, 21?
2001.
2001, right? That's
Yeah, they beat
2001, yeah.
They beat Arizona in the final with Richard Jefferson, Gilbert Arenas, Jason Gardner, that whole crew.
Foul on the hold with 4:24 to go. And, I think of all those great Duke teams, and I think what I hear in my mind is your voice, Dick. I mean, calling those spectacular, unforgettable moments. You're so connected to all of those teams, all of those great moments.
I used to love those moments. Those moments were special, especially in the 80s and 90s when you got down there doing games with Jordan against Sampson and doing Big East. And Monday was just special. Ewing and company and Derek Coleman. And it was just a special time, really. Basketball, you had stability in the lineups. Right now, the best free agency in sports is college basketball. They got the best free agency. Forget about and Howard Garfinkel, 5-star fan.
Oh, yeah.
He said to me, he says, "You belong in college." I said, "Really?" I said, "I'm getting more rejections than the Dean of Harvard gives out." I said, "I keep writing letters." And I said, "Where am I going to go?" He said, "I'm going to get you a job." And I didn't, you think a guy just tells you that. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, he calls me. So I got you an interview at Rutgers, and I told him if he interviews you, he's going to hire you. And Sir Dick Lloyd hired me. And I loved every moment of it.
And you were a brilliant recruiter, and you recruited enough talent to take them to the Final Four.
Well, Mike Dabney and Phil Sellers were special players.
Texas with the ball here. Very cold start, second half of the Longhorns. Butcher trying to end it. That one missed ugly. 4 to get off another shot. Here's Swain straight on. He can't bury it. And there's a lid on that basket, and that's going to go the other way. With 15:25 to go in the contest, it's all Duke at the moment.
They've been doing this year. I'll tell you, I'm not really that surprised by this. And the thing is, they're defending a lot better right now, Duke.
Yeah, they've ratcheted up their ball pressure and doing a good job of guarding the ball so they're not put in help side situations.
Texas 0 for 9 since the second half. Looking for Boozer again on the bank, but he'll be headed to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, better get used to that action where a guard sets an up screen to get Cam Boozer into the low post. You might have to switch that, gives him a mismatch.
This guy knows basketball, man. He really does. I tell you, you can break it down technically really with the best, Jay.
Boozer shooting 2. Heidi with the foul.
Heidi can shoot the 3, and I played a Purdue's team when they had great players. They expected another great year this year. Despite they got really blown out by Kentucky. And Jay told me today, which I did not know, Georgetown had beaten Kentucky. So who knows in basketball? Every day, you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, the beauty is those are just exhibition games. They don't count.
Yeah, right.
42-33 on a 10-0 run. Here's Heidi, as you mentioned, 39% for Purdue from three-point land last year. Swain slamming on the brakes and drops in 2.
He's a good player now. This kid is really solid. He can score. He defends well. He's a two-way player.
12 points.
Swain.
Boozer with the drive and again takes the hit. And he'll return to the line. Very determined here since halftime.
He's going to start asserting himself big time. I told you, he'll put like 14, 15 in that book in that by halftime.
He caught that ball on the run, and he's hard. When he gets downhill, who's getting in front of him?
And when he gets downhill, even if he misses, Sean told me, he's right there for the offensive rebound.
So that'll make it 43-35. ACC men's basketball coming your way on Friday the 14th. Indiana State taking on this Duke team at 7.
Larry Bird's not coming, is he?
No. Indiana State, though, the Seminoles, right? Back in the day of Larry Bird in NC Central and North Carolina at 9 p.m. ACC Network.
You know, we showed John Shire sitting there. You know, what a tough job replacing a guy like Mike K. And he has done an amazing job. He has won 89 games in 3 years. Now, you don't have to go to Harvard to figure out. I can even figure out. That's like 29.9 unbelievable per year. And he only needs 29 wins, which is not only, but that's a big 3. He needs 29 to catch in 4 years. The winningest coach in a 4-year period is Brad Stevens at Butler.
14:25 to go here in the second half, and every time it appears that Duke is about to really gain some separation, Texas does something like that. Pope with the step back 3.
Well, the 3 will change the complexion of a game quickly.
Well, Pope had 42 in a game last year against New Orleans. Went 8 of 12 from 3 in that game, and he's a 38% career three-point shooter. Had a terrific career at Oregon State before transferring to Texas.
I think that's a record down there, Moody, in the field drop.
Yeah.
Well, it sat on the rim, and the big guy, Bocatitis, couldn't corral it. That three-pointer on the money. And then the 6'8 freshman absolutely buried it. His first points of this game.
He needed that. He's such a good player. Went 4 of 17 in Duke's 2 exhibition games. Did so many other things well, though. He's going to be a really good player.
Yeah, excellent wing player. John Shire really high on him.
And a whistle on that side right in front of Texas. And that'll go against Maliq Brown, his 3rd.
Vermont Mark trying to help out, and that's just too far a distance to close out when Jimenez is ready to shoot it.
So 13:47 to go, and Texas the inbound.
I think Jude Hernandez, Jimenez, and also Czar are very important to this team. You know, their goals are certainly not just being in the tournament. Their goal is to win it all. That's it, basically. Came very close last year, 6-point lead with a minute to go. Gets you great Houston.
Very painful defeat for the Blue Devils. Guru trying to bull his way inside, tied up on the play. And the possession arrow will take it to the other end. It'll be Duke ball.
By the way, congratulations, Kelvin Sampson. Won his 800th game. He belongs in the Hall of Fame.
No question.
I mean,
I agree.
I think him. I also think Rick Barnes and close, certainly, Mark Few. I think all 3 guys have done such an amazing job for years.
Boy, that last possession, you can see the defensive impact of Maliq Brown. Switched off, and then right there and help side to force that turnover.
Went for the 3. Jimenez with the save.
He takes pride. You watch him play. He takes pride defensively. He really does. Oh, nice screen right there.
Evans. Not this time. He sizzled in the first half.
Texas has to figure out a way to get some easy baskets. They're having to grind it out against Duke's half-court defense. They haven't gotten anything in transition.
No, and they want to play a running game. I'm surprised they have not got 0 in transition.
Pope fires again and swishes in another triple.
But one thing, he's a shooter. He can score.
Give him 11. Catch and fire to pull Texas to within 6. Brown on the high post, the handoff for Evans. With the contact, little bump there by